Good morning. I'm happy to welcome you to this class of Concrete Technology 2. In this class, we want to talk about concreting in adverse weather conditions. When we talk about adverse weather conditions, adverse weather condition. So we say this is a condition with temperature above 45 degrees centigrade and below 1 degree centigrade. So it is when it's below 1 degree centigrade, we can call that conditions as adverse weather conditions. So we have three types of weather conditions, types of adverse conditions. One, we can have underwater condition, underwater. Then we have hot weather condition, hot weather condition. Then you can have concreting in normal conditions, normal conditions. So in the class, we started with concreting in hot weather conditions. Concreting in hot weather conditions. When say we want to concrete in hot weather conditions, we simply means we are placing our concrete in a place with a temperature above 45 degrees. See, this is a situation where concrete is placed in an area with temperature, the temperature that is above 45 degrees centigrade. Then when we talk about concreting in hot weather conditions, we have precautions that we have to preserve. Say, conditions to be maintained, when concreting in hot weather conditions, So the first one say pour water to the places where you want to place the concrete. In order to prevent the absorption of water, by the subgrade, or bases. For example, if we wanted to cast our concrete in bases, so before we place any concrete in this base, we have to pour water into these bases. So this one will prevent the absorption of absorption of water by the soil, since you know this soil is very dry. Let's say always pre-water the formwork. So it means when you want to have, maybe for we are casting, we want to cast for the columns or the beams, then the formwork that we want to use as the material that we want to use as a formwork, we should pre-water them, or we place them inside the water, so that we prevent the lot of heat that can be absorbed. Another factor is, say, materials should be stocked in a shade. It means then any material that we want to use, the aggregates, like the cement, like the sand and the ballast, then we are supposed to shade these our materials. By shading these materials, we'll be preventing the direct sunlight that will be in contact with this our aggregate. This will make this our aggregates to be of little moisture. So by the time you are going to mix, it will not consume a lot of water. Another thing that we have to do with, say, materials used should be pre-watered before batching time. When say pre-watered, it means after the place where you have stocked your sand, then you can take you can pour water into this our sand, and you pour water into the ballast. After pouring the water into the ballast, they become the moisture will somehow be close, so it will not assume a lot of water when mixing will be done. Then another thing that we have to consider when concreting in adverse weather condition is that another one, always place the concrete as early as possible after mixing. It means immediately after you have finished mixing this concrete, then you are supposed to place them in the places where you want to cast the concrete. So in the next class, when we meet, we will now be discussing about concreting in underwater. We have various methods of concreting underwater. Thank you.